so much for tuning in to another episode of the Delco Duo. I'm one half of the Delco Duo, Monica Cryan.
And I'm the other half of the Delco Duo. The other half. Charlie, do you hear me? Of the Delco Duo. We had somebody write in. Let's get right into it, right? Right off the top of the show.
As well.
And they asked, why does Jenna refuse to say that she is the other half of the Delco Duo? Well, Charlie, I'll answer your question. I don't refuse to say it, but our graphics, when they first come up, I'm just following what our graphics say. You see, Jenna Meisner, one half of the Delco Duo, Monica Cryan, other half of the Delco Duo.
I don't know how I got dubbed other.
You see, and that's why I think you started taking over at the start of the show, because you did not want that to be the standard. Neither of us are other half. We are both half of the Delco Duo. But Charlie, I was just following what our graphics department had put in. I'm sorry that offended you. I will make sure that I really emphasize that I am the other half of the Delco Duo.
Your other half in words and in saying and in writing, I'm the other half. You know what I mean? Like on the lower third writing.
So it's like someone's always the other half. No one needs to feel secondary.
We always are pretty even Stevens, but we've got a fun show. I mean,
look how we're dressed. Go Phils. Red October, baby. We're in it.
We're in another Red October. I mean,
third one in a row.
Wow.
We are just so good.
Jenna and I were saying we are becoming like Red October pros. We've got all the swag now. We recently just got these hats.
Yes, very exciting. These were coming from Citizens Bank Park, of course. Champions. You see that? It still has the tag on it.
I know. Don't take that off.
All the swag.
It's so
all the swag.
Yeah, so we're getting pumped. I got this from the rally in Media.
The bus tour.
Ooh, that was crazy. That was crazy.
Well, what'd you think? There was going to be like 3 people there?
I know.
I don't know what you expected it to be.
I knew it was going to be crazy. It was just, which is fine, and I love it, and I love the crowd, but I went just like by myself with the 2 kids, like last minute. I was like, all right, let's just go, kids.
They're just getting lost in a sea of people.
And they got lost in the sea of people, and I'm like trying to wrangle them. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then when we got in the car, I'm talking to my husband on the phone, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Josephine got lost in the sea in like the crowd. And she goes, Daddy, I got lost in the crowd of butts.
The crowd of butts.
Because like you have to imagine like her height is like right eye level with like cheeks. So she goes, Daddy, I got lost in the crowd of butts.
She made it out though.
So anyway.
All right, let's get to the debrief, because October is not only an exciting time for the Phillies to be in Red October, but it's also the time for all of the fall activities.
Yes, and so we are going to take you through the fall to all of the fun activities, including this one stop that we made at Arisafa Farms.
It's fall, y'all. Recognize us, it's the Delco Duo. And we're at Arisafa Farms. We're getting into the spirit. Of course, they're very well known for the Bates Motel, the haunted hayride, and being one of the most haunted attractions in the country. But there's so much more than that, Monica.
Yeah, you can bring the whole family and have so much fun with all the different activities, including the Harvest Hayride.
Let's do it.
My grandparents bought the farm in 1952. And since then, it's been a family farm. My dad's taken it over, and now he's handing it down, and we're kind of just trying to make it bigger and better. We kind of keep the daytime thing a little bit smaller, and people really enjoy that. It's kind of more of a down on the farm. It's not so commercialized like some of the other places have gone. Our hayride will take you down to our corn maze, and you go through our corn maze, which is kind of like a scavenger hunt, so it gives you kind of something to do. You have to go through the whole maze to see the whole thing. You have to go and find different clues, things like that. And then that also takes you to our pumpkin patch where you can go pick your own pumpkins. I think the favorite activity is probably the slide and the jumbo jumper. Everybody loves those too, and they are the most fun to do.
I should have gone to the bathroom before this. This isn't good for 2 moms. You know what I mean? Climb, Jen. Oh, every man for himself.
Okay. There we go.
There we go.
We just got these pig races, which is great. People love them. The kids get on.
Don't want to break anything. This is so. Oh, are we racing now? Wait, you do this every time.
wait, no, go ahead. No, go back.
You can just show up. If you wanted to have a private party or something, you have to schedule that, obviously. But if you want to come, you can just show up, and we sell tickets at the gate. Kids pay a certain fee, and then adults are free unless you want to do our corn maze.
Is the corn maze hard? Like, would you think Monica and I would get lost in it?
Probably not.
Okay. Probably not and probably. We've got 2 different answers there. All right, come on.
Here we go.
I don't even know how to read this map if
Oh, yeah?
I want it to.
All right. Right, because I don't want to get lost here.
I don't know where we are now. It doesn't have GPS tracking. Is there cell service around here?
Should I start collecting corn in case we get hungry? That looks like a good ear right there. This way or this way? Can you place where we are
Yes.
on the map?
I think we went the wrong way.
Oh, shoot. But look, we found something.
Cooler. Is there drinks in there? Is there any wine? You know, as a traffic person, this is not very good for my rep.
Not
I think
that
this way. I think this is
No,
the
this
way.
way.
Okay.
Yep.
This is your decision.
Yes, this way.
This is your, no, we're already at dead end. Do you think they have like a helicopter, like a Coast Guard style, that could like drop a ladder? No, because there's another side. I think we can exit there.
We could just call it a day.
Come out of the corn. Where is the exit? 1, 2, 3. Woo! We did it! Wow! We made it out!
So clearly we only completed one half of the corn maze, and the children that you saw there with us, they were very upset by that. You couldn't hear them, but they were screaming that we were cheaters, and that, I mean, they were in and out in like 5 minutes.
They had to get back to school, so we were just helping them. We were helping them.
But so much fun to do there. The Harvest Hayride, it's Saturday and Sundays. Arisafa Farms, right off Middletown Road, 352, 10 to 4. And the last hayride goes out at 3:30. So if you're trying to plan your fall activities, a Saturday, a Sunday, you got to get there by 3:30 to get onto the hayride.
And like you have to think about it like they add stuff every year. So if you've been there last year and you think you've done it all, remember they added things.
Yeah, they have like
the pig race.
Monica won because apparently she picked it up at the end. But all right, let's get to our first issue of the evening. That's what we're here to do. And we're going to give you a look right now at that issue. So this is Oliver from Ogden. My wife and I have been experiencing more and more people blowing their nose at restaurants at their table. I think it's disgusting. I feel I need to say something to the person in a nice way, like, sir, please, not while I'm eating. But my wife tells me to ignore him and say nothing. She is probably correct, but I don't like it. It's terrible behavior.
Ew.
Okay.
Blowing your nose at the dinner table.
In public,
Like at a restaurant.
That would give me the heebie-jeebies too.
Yeah, but like, what do you want them to do?
I know. I'd rather have them blow their nose than listen to sniffling the entire time I'm trying to eat. Listening to someone sniffle is so irritating to me.
Yes, I totally agree.
Oh no!
So
it's like chewing.
I think, Oliver, I would rather someone just blow their nose than the constant sniffling, or even just like have
touching
them like wiping their nose.
Like, yeah.
The only other better option is like them just excusing themselves from the table.
Maybe
and
that's
going to
an
the bathroom.
idea. Suggestion for people at a restaurant: if you feel like you have to blow your nose, just head to the restroom.
Yeah, I mean,
some
other
hand
than that,
sanitizer.
But Oliver, I'll be honest, it's better than them wiping or sniffing the whole time. So I get it though. It's the lesser of the two evils.
All right, I get it. Coming up, we got our second issue of the evening, and it has to do with Halloween party. So, I mean, October has so much going on. We can't forget about Halloween as well.
Such a busy month. So let's see how someone handles this situation.
All right, welcome back to the Delco Duo. I removed my cap because it was really hard to actually see.
It casts a long shadow.
Because the lights, but do I have hat hair now?
You do.
Oh, I do?
You do.
Okay. We're okay.
Just
We're okay.
fluff it.
Fluff it up.
Fluff it up.
Yeah.
Look, you do that.
It looks, I really need my roots done, all right, people? I get it, okay? I'm getting them done this week, I promise.
So you were telling me that you wanted to do a bit of a change up?
Yeah, just go like a little darker, like for fall.
You think you're going to go for it?
Well, I don't think it's going to be that noticeable. Maybe to me, but to the people, it might not be.
Okay.
We can decide next week.
It's always a risk. Always a risk.
All right, let's get to our second issue of the evening. Gemma from Glen Olden.
Okay, my boyfriend's company is throwing a Halloween
This is a novel, by the way.
I know, it really is. And everyone has to dress up. He is a very attractive female coworker, and they're going as Monica and Chandler from the TV show Friends. I told him absolutely not. He said it's not a big deal. His other team members are going as friend characters. Should I be annoyed or worried? And just to preface this was actually not something that was submitted to us. This was an issue that our producer had given to us for the Daily Duo.
Which, by the way, if you don't know what that is,
Let's talk about that real quick.
Let's plug that really quickly. We
have a
do
new
the morning news. If you just only know us from the Delco Duo, we also do weather and traffic on PHL 17 Morning News.
We're learning. We get people come up to us.
More for this.
More for the Delco Duo, which is great. But this is one day a week. And, we're
Monday through Friday.
We're on the news Monday through Friday. No one talks to us about the weather. I do the weather. She does the traffic. But
Beep,
okay.
beep. Anywho, every day on the morning news, we do a segment called the Daily Duo. And it's close. It's like after 8:30, between 8:30, 8:45. And we talk about trending topics. And we sort of like give our opinion how we do here. Not as long form. This is obviously 30 minutes of us just talking.
Yeah, it's more about trending topics.
Right. But this was one that had come up, and we thought, this is a great issue for the Delco Duo.
It's not necessarily a trending topic. It's more about like Delco Duo. And I was like, we should do this one for the Delco Duo.
Light bulb.
Because this is so complex.
Yes.
And now
first, I know I'm probably going to get like some boos. How do you not know this? I'm not a huge Friends fan. Like, I've watched episodes. Monica and Chandler, are they together?
Are you kidding?
I'm dead.
They are
serious.
They are, I would say, the most famous TV couple.
I'm not a Friends fan. Like, I'll say that. I will put that out there. I'm not a Friends fan.
Okay. Right. I don't even know if you need to be a Friends fan to know.
No.
Monica and Chandler.
I know.
Email me at Delco
Who's
Duo.
Rachel with?
Okay, Ross and Rachel are probably more famous than Monica and Chandler.
Exactly. Okay, I knew that I knew Rachel.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it goes Ross, Rachel, Monica Chandler, Jim, and Pam as like the three.
Now we're going to The Office.
Then we go to The Office as the three most.
Do you think people are going to be upset by that I asked that question?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Did I upset you by asking that question?
Are they a couple?
Well, that adds different layers to this issue.
Yeah.
If they're together and she's intimidated by an attractive female coworker and you're going as love interests to your Halloween party,
right?
Like, you can be Ross and I'll be Monica. Like,
right.
I don't want us to be, if everybody's going as a character from Friends, I don't want you to be going as love interest.
Yeah. But the only thing is that like there's only 6 characters of Friends and 4 of them are love interests. You know what I mean? So like if you dress, if your fiance,
saying the odds are high that you're dressing as a love interest.
You're going to be annoyed if he dresses as Ross because then he's going to have a love interest with Rachel. But I guess the thing is it just so happens that the attractive female
Would you be annoyed by this?
I don't know why, but no. And I get it. I don't want to like take away from her feelings, because if you are feeling this way, like, and you're like, I
think there's more
if you are
going on in this relationship.
Yes.
A Halloween costume is sort of like you already feel insecure in this relationship.
It's tough for me because I know where my husband works. He works at like a manufacturing plant.
Steel-toed boots.
Steel-toed boots. And I would not be concerned if he
They're
was
not even dressing up for Halloween.
No, his Halloween's as boring as anything. But, so no, I would not be concerned. But I don't want to take away from her feelings.
It's valid.
It's valid.
It's a valid feeling. But I just think the relationship's already at risk.
Yeah.
If you're insecure about Halloween costumes, he's clearly not making you feel.
My only other thing, though, too,
comfortable.
Is like, why are you guys dressing up as Friends characters? Like, they
wear normal clothes.
They wear normal clothes.
Yeah,
like I guess.
Like if you're like the Ninja Turtles or like the Power Rangers.
Then I'm like, oh, that's so fun. But like Friends, they wore like every day.
Like we could be friends right now. I mean, we're in Philly's gear, but if we put a t-shirt on, we're dressed as friends.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I feel like that's just an excuse for them to like really flirt with each other.
I think, Gemma, you need to take a deeper look at your relationship beyond the Halloween, and you got to have a conversation.
And I would tell your boyfriend, be like, why don't you find another costume? Find another costume and let's talk about our relationship. I think we need to reevaluate.
All right, coming up, we've got one of our own issues to talk about tonight on the Delco Duo.
Welcome back to the Delco Duo. So we were just talking about Halloween, which is crazy. And let's talk Halloween costumes real quick.
Okay.
Let's not ruin the surprise for the PHL 17
I just
Halloween.
need everybody to know that Monica is a dictator when it comes to Halloween. Like, she is bossy. She is enforceful. And is that an adjective?
Can be.
She
to describe me, yes.
is like, there's not an option to not go with her theme. So when you turn on PHL 17 Morning News, if you don't like the theme, I'm crying at phl17.com.
Oh, thank you so much for doing that. Like, my inbox isn't annoying
enough. Such an affinity. Like, why?
Because
I'm just curious.
It's like one of those things. It's like, I just know that my theme is going to be hysterical.
Okay.
I know it's going to be funny. We're going to have so much fun with my theme, but I don't want to ruin it for you. Tune in on October 31st.
And I think
we're going to have fun.
The Delco Duo Halloween weekend, we can also wear our costumes from the show. We'll wear them on here too. So if you miss it, we'll wear them for the Delco Duo because Monica spent some big bucks on her costume that I think she needs to get like a couple wears out of it. Okay.
PHL 17 doesn't let me submit an expense report.
No, this is all like, I need you to understand that the costumes are all on our dime. So when you see Monica's, she invested in this. She decided to invest.
My husband's like, do we really have to spend our own money on your Halloween costume that you wear for PHL? I'm like, yes.
Yes.
Because it means so much to me and it's fun. It's fun for me.
Okay.
But what your family costumes?
Cruz is being an elephant. And Tate and I have not decided yet how we're going to tie in. I know Josephine, your daughter, was an elephant around the same age, which is so fun. Is so weird. We didn't even discuss that. You were safari people, which I think like that's easy, like khaki.
Yeah, khakis, and
or we could go like circus route.
You just put like binoculars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like, oh.
But we don't really go to like the events just yet because he's still really little. So I feel like it's more so like you dress up as a family when you're going to like events. Trunk or treats or community events, which maybe we'll go to like the parade and media. Yeah. But when we trick or treat, like, I don't know that we'll dress up.
Yeah.
He barely will be able to make it to the door. Like he's a new walker. So
yeah, it is really tough.
And is your family following the theme that you've bought for work, or are you just going to be on it your own?
No, JoJo asked. It was really, really sweet. She really wanted to be a witch this year, and she really wanted me to be a witch with her.
Well, so you don't even need to dress up for that.
Nope. I have a black dress that I would love to wear all the time, and I just bought a hat and. Oh, all right, whatever. Let's get to your issue. You rhyme with a witch.
Okay, let's go. Roll it.
Meisner needs an advisor.
What rhymes with witch?
I can't curse.
A female dog. Okay, let's get to my issue. We're talking about kids. Talking about my son. You know, he's at an age now where I really want to start to get him involved in different activities. So we're sort of testing out the waters with things that are age appropriate for him. And I guess my question to you is, like, as a parent, I'm getting anxiety when we're going to these like group activities.
Yeah.
Like, oh, should he, like, because kids don't really have the idea of personal space.
Right.
Like they will, run into other kids or
right.
like take things like sharing. Like he's not an age where he really understands sharing. So like, because he's an only child as well. So that doesn't help. As a parent, like, I don't know how to navigate the parenting side of these activities. Like how many times do you say, oh, sorry, or like, sorry, don't do that. Or, it's just, I feel like I don't like having the parent conversations. Like, I feel like I'm an introvert when we go to these things. Like, oh, how old is your little one?
Oh, I love those conversations.
They're so repetitive.
Yes, they are.
And I'm more so just so worried that he's going to, like, I don't know.
don't
grab a kid or like touch their face in a weird way that I'm like not even paying attention to other parents.
I would lose all of that anxiety, all of that fear.
And just know that other parents are also feeling that way.
Absolutely. Or no, parents are not feeling that way because there's no need to feel that way. There's no need to feel.
But have you ever had to apologize for your kids for like running into another kid or like taking a toy from them?
Absolutely.
And everyone's just like, that is what it is. I think since I'm so new to it, I'm just like,
no, it's
I'm
fine.
so worried. I'm like, please, Cruz, don't embarrass me. Just
no,
please do not
no,
embarrass me.
There's no need to feel like don't embarrass me, like because your child is not embarrassing. You know what I mean? Like, it just
do have to apologize though.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
for example, so we were at an event. Kelsey and I were actually at an event, and thank God it was her son and not a random son.
Right.
But Cruz picked up a ball, like dodgeball, and just boonk right off of
Yes.
her baby, who was much younger than Cruz,
right
off of his head. And because it's Kelsey, I'm like, oh my God, I am so sorry. But if that was a stranger, like I would have died.
Oh no!
I would have been like, please don't, like, I don't know. I feel
you
like
definitely say, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. And then you just obviously, I always do, we're learning.
We're learning.
We're learning.
Okay, I
That's
like
what
that.
I always
We're
say.
learning.
We're learning. Because yes, everything's learning.
And
But
you've been the parent on the other end where like your kid's the one
Yes.
that's getting like tormented.
yes, absolutely. As long as it's not a consistent, like, boink, 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 boink.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like the constant torture. But like if it's a one-off, like, oh, oops, sorry, we didn't mean to do that. We're learning.
Everyone gets it.
Yeah.
All right, makes me
No
feel a little
need for
bit better.
anxiety.
Let's get to our trivia question. We're talking about Arisafa Farms because in the beginning of the show, we visited there. So how long has it been in the Bates family?
All right, how long has Arisafa Farms been in the Bates family?
Long time. Let's take a look. 72 years. 1952. And the farm actually has a cornerstone back to 1816. So the Bates family, bought it from the previous people, but just in general, the land has been there for a really long time. 80 acres of it, so sprawling, and it's right off of Route 352.
Yeah, and it's like crazy when we were there, like just talking to Ben Bates. That's nuts always to me.
Yeah.
When like you're talking, you're like, oh, Bates.
And they all live there too. Like
Yes.
all their houses are like spread out over the farm, which is so cool. Like
Yeah.
the kids,
And
and
then-
their front yard is where we were on the bouncing, the pillow bounce, and the pig races. Like that's their front yard. That's
We should
so cool.
also, I shouldn't even say this because we should use this as trivia, but like when I was like, oh, Ben, where does Arisafa come from?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, it's my grandmom said it's what the Native Americans in the area called what river?
I do not
Delaware River?
might have been that. He said he wasn't sure if that was a rumor or not, but it was
Right.
one of the rivers.
One of the rivers
locally.
that's what they called
yeah.
the river Arisafa, and then so his like great grandmother used that to name the farm.
Yeah. And there's so many different things to do there.
But we're going to use that as a trivia.
So forget it. Erase it from your mind.
Or don't like use that. We'll use it, and then you can be like a know-it-all.
And I love that, like, he's not even sure if it's just like family tradition. Like,
Yeah.
well, my grandmom said this.
My
or
grandma
said
said.
that. And I'm like, well, if your grandmom said it, like, that's fact.
Yeah, it's fact. We're going to use it because a lot of our trivia, we don't even know if it's real.
Don't tell them that. All right, Delco Duo at phl17.com. That's the best way to chat with us. Send
Yes.
us your issues. Send us your commentary, annoyances.
Yes.
Celebrations, any of that.
We love to hear
and
from you.
we've got something exciting to show you guys actually next episode. We've been holding it back, but I think you're going to be really excited to see
Very
it.
exciting. We are excited for the unveiling. Make sure you tune in next week as well and all the other weeks.
Go Phillies! Have
Go
a great
Phils!
weekend.